This is At Face Value.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again. At Face Value, episode 40. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super excited to have you back for another week. And, this week was a big week. We talked about it last weekend, about the big show, and it definitely did not disappoint the Masters this weekend. And so some familiar faces on top. And I know for you, Lucas, your guy, Bryson, he was the one that you're really pushing for, and he made a good push, and then
fell apart.
Yeah, it came to Sunday, and the water got him, dude.
He hit too many shots on the range during the week. I don't know if you saw that, Will, but freaking like on Tuesday, like he hit like 400 balls on the driving range. Like the next closest was like 250. He's just out there freaking crushing balls, trying to figure out his swing. I guess it looked like he figured it out for a little bit, but nah.
Yeah, he played really well for the most part. But then, like I said, I think it was hole 11 because he was one stroke back, and then 11 he hit the ball in the water, ended up double bogeying that one, and then it was all just downhill from there. But Justin Rose, he had the pretty good lead at Thursday, and then it all leveled back out, and then man, he came tearing back again today, and made a push all the way into the playoff. And so, what they say, it was the first playoff since
2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Sergio over Justin Rose.
Was it Justin Rose too?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Some heartbreak there for him. Yeah, had to be back in the same position. Also lost that one on the first playoff hole, which would have been.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? Like, was it in the rain? I might be thinking of a different one.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that either, but I just know that he's been on the unfortunate side of the last two.
He's been right
last
there.
two playoffs. Crazy push today, though. He just had such an up and down week. He had 65 off the rip in the first round, and then goes 71, 75, then fires back with
66 today.
66 today. 66 on Sunday. I mean, that's some great golf. All the. I guess he was playing a little more free because he was kind of behind, but still, just some unbelievable shots.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian before. Like those hole locations today too were brutal. Like on Prize Picks, I was betting the overs on stuff. Like they were like, again, Bryson's on 11. That pin location. I mean, he had missed the pin by 10 yards, if that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just right on the edge of that water. I mean, those hole locations today were pretty brutal. And I mean, tip your cap to Rory with some of those shots, like that shot on, what was it, 15?
15.
Where he had that crazy shot from the left, looped it around, put it 10 feet.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Hooked it around a tree, over the water.
Yeah, and that was the one Bryson. Like I was thinking whenever he was gone, I was like, he's gonna have a go here.
Yeah.
Like, he has a good look, and I guess he was just a club short and went in the water. But yeah, it was.
He still had a chance. I mean, he was 4 strokes back at that point.
Yeah,
and then so if he birdies out the last 4, then he's in the playoff.
Well, on whenever Bryson went for it on the par 5, he's got the strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hits the water, but he had to because Bryson can easily drive that and get there in 2. You get an eagle there, that puts him to 9 under, and at the time everybody else was 10 under. He's all of a sudden right back in it.
Yeah.
So I don't blame the approach of like, hey, I have to, if I'm going to make a move, it's right now. I understand why he went for it.
But you have to think of like a mental game too. Like pretty much Rory and Bryson were playing like a freaking like match play for the most of the day. And at the first 4 holes, there were 2-shot swings. Like for the first 4 holes, it was crazy. But if Bryson puts a dart in the middle of that green on 15, does Rory have the balls to hook that shot over and make that shot
for it?
Like go for it because he already has a lead. Is he like, I'm going to lay up and play a little more conservative? Like who knows? But yeah, it was drama. It was awesome, man. Nothing like the Masters. I'm just super disappointed. Like it just makes me depressed because I want a freaking green jacket, man. It's like I wish I was that good at golf, man. That's so awesome.
It's never too late.
It's too late. Dude, Rory's driver failed him today. but some of the second shots he was making, his iron play was unbelievable.
Yep.
And that's where Bryson was bad. Yeah.
But
Even yesterday, even on Saturday, Bryson's irons were not on. Like he was missing left, right, short, long. Like he was not dialed in with his irons at all.
it was the 1 on 15. It was on I believe it was the front nine where he also was in the pine needles and he went through the trees.
Yep.
And had it to I don't know, it was less than 10 feet and
Yeah.
it was just unbelievable shots, shot after shot when he needed one. Obviously, the last one, Rose hits that not a bad approach on the first playoff hole, about 15 feet right past the cup, and you see it happen, and then you put a dart within 4 feet to come back after the heartbreak of not hitting a 5-footer on the 72nd hole, to finally, after 11 years of trying to get this Grand Slam, to have the mental strength to regroup, come back, and hit those shots. I mean, that's why he's probably the second biggest draw in golf behind Tiger right now.
Well, because
He's probably the biggest because Tiger's not playing, but Tiger's still Tiger.
for sure.
But
I mean,
that just unbelievable.
Do you think he's a bigger draw than Bryson? Like, 'cause that's the two. Like, that's why today was such a big like deal, is because I mean those two that are playing currently.
Bryson's closing the gap, but it's still Rory because all day long, everybody was following Rory, and a lot of it was it's with him is the Masters, because every time we get to the next Masters, it's when is Rory gonna.
True.
And he said it in the interview, I wonder what we're going to talk about next year coming into the Masters, because it's year after year is when is Rory finally going to do it.
Yeah.
Not even just the Masters, with him just being since he's won a major and being at the top of the game. But
we talked about it earlier too, like him missing that putt in the U.S. Open last year too.
yes, Bryson comes back.
Yeah, it was a 2-footer. Like, it was crazy. And that's another thing. Like, obviously he was super emotional after winning, and who wouldn't be after winning the Masters? But I think it was just built up from 11 years, number one. But then the drama that unfolded, he's like, I just blew this. I just blew it
again.
Like, I just blew this, and like
A 5-footer to finally stop it.
yeah. Think about the range of emotions that he was going through. Like he's like I'm cruising now. I have a freaking 2-stroke lead. Then he bogeys, and then he sees. I'm sure he saw that Rose birdied 18.
Great shot on that one, by the way, too.
And that's why
unbelievable.
And that's why I thought Rose was just going to drain that 15-footer on the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I was pretty confident he was going to get it, and he just pushed it. But yeah, it was that the roller coaster of emotions for Rory. I'm sure just finally came out after that. That was part of it. The 11 years for sure, but then just today, it was crazy. But,
well, and kind of like we talked about too, where he said just he felt all of that coming in. It was just finally getting that career Grand Slam, finally winning the Masters. Like, I mean, whether you try to put it up or not, that pressure is just going to be there constantly until you finally have it. So
what are they going to do next year for the champions dinner? Like, are they going to do fish and chips or something? What do they eat in Northern Ireland?
Potatoes.
Sausage and potatoes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lamb chops.
Keep my eye out for that one. Yeah,
It's going to be an interesting
do
dinner.
something different.
Yeah. Because Matsuyama won it a few years ago. I don't know what they
I
had.
didn't know.
You know there's going to be Guinness passed around.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be the drink everybody.
He said he's going home next week. Can you imagine the party they're going to throw?
Oh, God.
Oh man,
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. Roy has a lot of fans. He also has a lot of haters.
Oh, absolutely.
He comes across as kind of cocky and stuff at times, and
Yeah.
he's if he's not the face of golf, he's up there as one of the faces
For sure.
of golf. So
I don't mind Rory at all.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him
I don't
at
have him at all. I mean, I was just as a fan of golf. I mean, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
well, what's crazy is he's only 35, which is still kind of crazy to me. Because it just seems like he's been around forever.
Because you do that math.
Yeah.
He was 24 and already won 4 majors.
Yeah.
Which was insane. I mean, whenever he went on that run, it was like, Tiger's throne is in jeopardy.
Well, because I remember all the hype because they gave him the Nike sponsorship, and so it was Tiger and Rory.
Yeah.
They were in all the ads. They were doing all the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he was being faced as the next Tiger, and he went.
But I also feel like, again, we have this. I've had this conversation multiple times, but it's a new generation of golfers where there's a lot of really good golfers. Like when Tiger played, obviously he was dominant, like unbelievably dominant. But you didn't have these Scotties who go off for a year. I mean, think about Spieth who went off for a few years.
Yeah.
Like there's been some times where Rory stayed consistent throughout that, but there was no like just one dominant player. There was always just some ups and
Like
downs.
every year, there's been somebody going on a run.
Yes. And again, I mean, who knows what it would be like if Bryson was in the PGA? But I mean, he won a major last year. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, Scotty, unbelievable 2024 for Scotty Scheffler.
yeah.
Probably doesn't get that many tour wins if you bring all those guys back from the.
Most likely not.
Still great year, but I mean, Schauffele wins 2 of the 4 majors.
Yep.
Doesn't have the year Scotty has, but you look at when it mattered. I mean, so like I said, you bring those guys back. I think what do you have 9? It was either 8 or 9 tour wins last year, which is unbelievable year. But to your
Does
point,
he have one yet?
this year
I think he might have.
he
one.
might have one.
I think he might have one.
They
might have
won
one,
at the beginning of the year, yeah.
But yeah, you bring those guys back, probably get to 9. Still a great year, but Rory's trying to set up for that big. I mean, he already won the Players.
Yeah.
Now he wins the Masters, so I'm sure he'll be the favorite going into the U.S. Open, PGA.
I think it's PGA
PGA champ. That's right.
So now it's not just the career Grand Slam. Now it's the year?
Nah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
I don't think even Tiger did that.
Tiger had the Tiger Slam,
Yeah.
so Tiger held all 4 at one time, but they weren't
Not
the same calendar year.
year. Yeah.
Also, like won the back 2 and then won the first 2.
He won.
Something like that.
He didn't win the. He didn't win the Masters, I believe. I think he won the next 3 and then won the next year's Masters. I believe it was 99, rolling into 2000, because 2000 Tiger completed the Grand Slam. I think that was also the Tiger Slam though, and held all 4.
Speaking of young golfers, one guy who I'm high on, I was pretty high on him at the beginning of the tournament. He had a pretty good first round. I think he shot 3 under. But that Ashke Bhatia, he's 23. Just this little tall, lanky dude. I don't know if
Lefty.
Yeah, he's a lefty. I think he's going to be the next guy. He's
Had a
unbelievably good.
had a rough end of the tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, he
No, he did
he
all
had a
right.
rebound
Yeah,
today.
he rebounded.
Was it yesterday again?
Yesterday
He
was rough.
Had a rough
Yeah,
day.
yesterday was rough for sure. But
Where's he out of?
he's U.S.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a U.S. guy.
But that's just back to your point earlier about how strong the game of golf is. Like Oddberg,
Yeah, Ludwig.
was he 25?
Yeah, young guy.
I mean, what Scotty's 28.
Yeah.
I mean, Rory's the elder statesman at 35, and there's a laundry list of guys behind him that's
sure.
just coming up.
I also need to shout out before we end the Masters talk. Shout out to Fred Couples.
Yes.
He shot under par at 65 years old.
Wow.
He's 65, and on Thursday he shot a 1 under. He shot a 71.
Wow.
Like, that's unbelievable. That's crazy to me, man. Like, I know a lot of people who are 65. Man, like, nuts. Absolutely nuts. I thought that was really cool.
Just go out there, have a great time, and yeah.
And I think they showed a stat, like, it's been like the longest time between rounds under par is him. It's like 45 years apart. Really? Was the last time he shot like under par at the Masters?
No. That stat was from the first time he shot under par.
Was it from the first?
From the first to the last time he shot under par. It wasn't that big a gap. I also made the same mistake, so I had to go read the stat again.
Okay.
So I was like, wait, Fred Couples has been good for a long time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, surely.
The way it was worded, I had the same thought. I was like, there's no way Fred Couples has not gone under par since the 80s.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, yeah. And then
Until Tiger comes in and he's 80.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to shoot under par.
He had a chance to make the cut, too.
Couples?
Because did the cut end up at
Two over?
Was it 2 over or 3 over? 2.
I think it was 2 over. There was
Okay.
a lot of 2 over.
Then there, man, I shouldn't say because I don't remember his name, but there's another fella in the field that was 67. This was his
really?
last Masters.
Yeah.
He decided to hang it up, but he missed the cut by 2 strokes. He didn't go under par, but he went 1 over, I think, and then 3 over on the other day.
Dang.
But I mean, 67. When guys are driving the ball, I think his average distance off the tee was 255,
That's still
and missed the cut by 2 strokes. That's unbelievable. Yeah,
At 67, yeah, that's
That's great.
You just hope to be able to do that.
No.
So next year's the 90th edition. So getting close to that 100 years. Freaking hope I win tickets to that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I definitely got to put in, man.
Oh, absolutely.
This is
Did Michael get you your gear?
I got a polo coming.
There you go.
nice.
I got a polo coming.
Nice.
And then I ran into another guy. I won't say his name on here, but we went to school with him. He went on the Monday, and it got like rained out. They were
no.
there for like 2 hours, and then they had to all leave. Yeah, it sucks.
You hate that, man.
Yeah,
To finally get all that build up, and it's like, oh, sorry.
yeah.
Maybe next year.
But somebody like he said that, like one of the like somebody he works with, like they have like it's a company, so they have yearly tickets. So I'm sure he'll be good to come back.
Oh, so he'll be he'll be back, one way or another.
Yeah.
But no, good for Rory. It's good.
Yeah,
It was good.
Good golf weekend.
Great Masters. Absolutely great Masters. It looked like it could have been a runaway there for a while. So
Yeah.
the way it ended was awesome.
even for non-golfers, man. Like my wife was even just into it, like hard.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not a huge I don't follow real religiously, but like I like the majors, but the Masters is always just like the fun one,
Yeah.
just to be into and pay attention. So
It's one of the most because you have you have these swings a lot. It's one of the tougher courses. It's probably not the toughest. They play other ones at other majors where like the winner sometimes there's only 5
under.
Yeah, there's 5 guys under par for the tournament. Augusta, I think Dustin Johnson has the record. He went 20 under, I think, at the Masters. So yeah, you do have higher scores, but you see what happened today. You know, some favorites that Bryson had the most consistent week. He was 69, 68, 69, and then just bad time. Bad time to have a bad round, but it can happen that fast. So
well, and that's what we were talking about right before is just the grind of like 4 rounds over 4 days. Like just
Yeah, before we get off of golf,
Yeah.
let's touch on that. You're not a big golfer.
I follow golf more than you would think.
But, like,
for someone
play
who does not play
But
a single, I don't play at all.
That's what I mean.
Zero.
Playing it.
0.
Like if you go play around a golf tomorrow, like the next day, like you're sore in places. Again, you don't do it every day like they do, obviously. But if you have to go play around the next day, like it's pretty tough. Like it's not like an easy thing. And they do it 4 days in a row, and they do it every week.
Plus, they played 2 practice rounds
Yeah, and they're at the range.
and a par 3 contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they don't have golf carts.
No,
so Bryson's hitting 400 shots a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then he's going in playing 4 rounds over 4 days, like just
And mentally,
that's at the range. That's not counting on the putting surfaces and
Yeah.
greens.
yeah,
just a grind.
just mentally draining too. Yeah, it's a lot harder than you think once you break it down like that. And like at the Masters, the TV doesn't do it justice with the elevation changes at that course. Like it is steep in places,
Oh yeah.
so you got to walk that. Like that's why Tiger, in recent years, his body's worn down on him when it comes to Saturday and Sunday. He just can't.
Oh, yeah, the last tournament he was in, he did well on Thursday.
Yeah, made the cut.
Made the cut Friday, and then,
dropped out.
by Saturday he couldn't make it because he was just so
Yeah.
worn down. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, I mean it is impressive to be able to hang on and just continue to play well day after day like that. So
Yeah.
they say golfers aren't athletes. So there you go. So
Oh, they 100%.
Nowadays they are.
yeah,
Back in the day, like maybe not.
Yeah.
Like whenever you see old John Daly, like
Oh, his story's awesome.
oh yeah, but
Just
you look at that guy,
rip it and rip it.
that dude's not an athlete.
Rip it and rip it.
now he's just chilling at Hooters, just waiting for you to come
Oh,
by
yeah.
and talk to him. So
They're going bankrupt.
Yeah,
Oh,
bankrupt.
Hooters down. Yeah,
There goes that NIL deal.
yeah. I'll find the next one, but
Speaking of NIL deals,
yeah, dude. Old Nico.
dude.
So Nico Imaleva, he was the starting quarterback for Tennessee last year. He all of a sudden he starts missing meetings, not going to spring practice. Comes out that he's demanding $3 to $4 million, which I actually saw something today too that allegedly
I saw that too.
Dan Lanning
Oh, that.
called Heupel
Mm.
and told him that Nico was like secretly calling around looking for money
his
And
agent called.
that's kind of what like sparked all this to go on. So
Yeah, but I feel like all the high-profile guys have an agent doing that, like finding a best deal. That's just, again, it's speculation. The speculation I thought you were going to say, I saw his post and say he was demanding like a Bugatti, like a car, like all this stuff. I'm like, that's pushing the limits right there. But before I go into it, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Like, are y'all like, yeah, whatever, or like?
I think this stems a lot deeper than it's being led on, and I think Tennessee's actually, they know it puts them in a bad situation being we're in spring. I think they're really excited to get away from this guy.
Do you think it's like a personality thing, like in the locker room, or do you think it's like we gave this guy $8 million out of high school and he didn't do as well as we thought he did last year? Let's get out of this.
I think it's a combination of the two, because I saw there were some escalators in there that was actually going to bring it closer to 10 with some other things that they did, and he performed well as a redshirt freshman. I mean, you can't sit here and be like, oh, that was a terrible year.
3 for 2,500 yards. Yeah, it didn't do.
To me, there's this apparently is not the first time they're in there just bartering for more money and trying to, and the culture with it. I think Heupel and everybody saw that this is going to be a problem for the whole team.
Yeah,
and he's not committed to this team at all. He's only worried about himself. And it's just better for us to move away from.
And that's kind of the way I looked at it too. It was like just the timing of everything. It's like this is where you make that final push before you go into fall camp and everything. And the only thing he's worried about is getting a pay raise. And so it's like you're not invested in us trying to win SEC championship. Like you're just worried about getting your big money. But
the spring portal window is about to open up, which I think that plays a big part in it.
Oh, absolutely. But I also can see it just as like and you see it across like most coaches. Like it just becomes frustrating.
Oh,
because like the whole landscape of college football has changed completely. Which college sports in general, but mostly football is where it's highlighted the most. It's just like it used to be like you had guys that were invested, focused on playing football, which it's great that they're getting paid their money, but at the same time, it's like now like you're just fighting multiple battles. Like that's why most of these coaches were in college. It's because they don't want to be in the pros constantly having to try to draw these free agents and worry about contracts and worry about all this other stuff. And now they're drawn into all of it too.
Yeah, I mean, from Nico's side though, when you see Carson Beck getting $4 million at Miami, when you see Bryce Underwood, who hasn't played a snap of football, getting $3 to $4 million to go to Michigan,
For sure.
Like, and I honestly think this is going to be the last year that this is going to be possible. Like these athletes that are in this time frame, like that are playing right now, this is the time. They are very lucky that they're in this time of the Wild West in the NCAA or in college football where they can get a significant chunk of change because there's no rules or regulations on how much you can give anybody or NIL deal stuff. And all of these schools have these collectives that have raised all this money, and they got to get rid of it. It's just sitting in there. If they don't do anything with it, it's just going to be sitting in a bank. And so they're like, let's offload all this. That's why you see college basketball players who are hitting the portal. They're getting $2 to $3 million. Where last year they were getting $500 to $1 million. The same players were.
Yeah.
Which LSU's put a lot of money in the basketball program. They have like 4 or 5. I think they have the third highest ranked transfer class coming in right now.
Wow.
Because they're just dumping money that they built up. Because once summer hits, they're doing this revenue share thing. It's going to be happening now where they can't just funnel money to the players. And so this is the time that a lot of these players can get big bags. And I think that's what Nico's trying to do.
So is this going to work in his favor, though? Or is this going to blow up in his face?
And that's where I think he thought he held all the leverage. And Tennessee said, you know what? Like, see you later.
They called his bluff.
They did. And this is the first time that any college has done that to a high-profile player.
Straight up said, see you.
Yeah.
Someone who would have been probably a top 10 Heisman bet next year and top 5. You think top 5 maybe?
Yeah.
I was gonna say top 5 quarterback in the SEC, but I think it's gonna blow up in his face because if you're looking at Tennessee, say you're only going to play one more year and you might go pro. I don't think he's good enough for that. So if your contract, whatever you agreed to, is $8 to $10 million over the course of your career at Tennessee, now you have to make all that up essentially within the next year or maybe two. But where are you going to get that opportunity? Because the way the spring window works, he can't go to an SEC school.
Yeah.
He has to sit out a year if he does. So to get the kind of money you're looking for, who in the Big Ten's going to give it to you?
USC.
Oregon wasn't interested. USC is
USC, that's their guy, though.
But how old is he? How many starts does he have under his belt?
I thought he was only a freshman.
Did he bring him to a playoff? Like you're bringing in a guy who's high profile, led a team to the playoffs.
I think I agree with USC.
Michigan State was big on Ewers.
He has options. I think they're very limited.
Yeah.
And if those teams capitalize on that, I mean, I know you only need 2 teams to get into a bidding war to help you, but how many teams are really going to be just beating his door down with the amount of cash he's looking for at this stage?
Yeah, at this stage, for sure. I mean, Indiana has to replace a quarterback playoff team. I'm sure they enjoyed that success. Like, they could be in the running, I think. There's a few.
He's going to have suitors. That's not.
Oh, but I mean, like who does Ohio State have coming in?
5 stars.
Yeah,
like,
but they never played it down.
But like
difference.
Oregon, like who does Oregon have coming in? Like,
again, 5 stars that have been sitting. But if the Dan Lanning thing's true, like, that'd be a slap in the face to Heupel if he's like, "Hey, man."
No, so in the report, Oregon already told his agent like they weren't interested.
Yeah,
so
I figured
they had a backup last year, was a 5-star. He was a transfer from UCLA.
Yeah.
Dante Moore or something.
But again, in college football, obviously stars don't matter, talent matters, but reps, real game experience is worth more than all of that, in my opinion. The stars, you can have all the 5 stars you want. Like, if you started meaningful games and have good reps, like.
Well, that's why like Ohio State was kind of my first thought, just because, like, outside of like Will Howard, like he almost kind of fits the mold of like the kind of quarterback they've had the last several years.
I mean, I think you would fit well at Ohio State.
Okay, so we're talking about ability. You look at how this thing's going down.
Is it going
do you want to bring this guy into your program?
That's it.
I
mean, I would love to have him at Texas State.
I'll take him right now. Man.
Yeah. But
yeah, absolutely. Like, you have to worry about being a locker room cancer for sure.
Because he's already proven the team is not first here. Me making money is first, and the way he's going about this, I'm not saying get paid, boys, girls, all of you, get paid. I'm not against that. But are you really honing in on your craft, trying to get to the next level to get paid? Or are you just worried about how much can I make right now? I understand there's a fine line to walk. Because if it doesn't pan out in the NFL, you want to make as much as you can right now. But, man, I'm just not sure if it's going about the right way. And who are you going to scare off with? I'm not saying he's a locker room cancer, but, man,
mentality
is not, hey, we're going to bring this guy in, and he just looks like a born leader. He's ready to take this team over.
You're right.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm not seeing that. I'm not saying you can't do it.
Because the first thing you're going to do is call Josh Heupel and say, like, so why did y'all just dump this guy so quickly? What else is going on? And so that's when more of it'll really start to come out as far as like his personality and everything.
Because to that, it's not like Tennessee had a 5-star waiting in the like they were very. It's been very open that they have 2 scholarship quarterbacks, and knowing that they were just like, man, I can't wait for this kid. So there's got to be more to it for them to so quickly. Like, let that last straw crack really fast and send him on his way. There's something else that's built up to this, and this just gave Tennessee the easiest excuse. Because it felt like they wanted to move on from him, but that fan base would have blew up if just for some reason Nico's not starting.
Yeah.
So now this is enough for Tennessee fans or for Tennessee brass to be like, well, look what he was doing. This is why we had to let go of him.
Yeah, it could be a PR thing too.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little different situation, but I mean, kind of similar because we haven't heard anything about the kid from UNLV who literally dipped out after the first 3 games of the season.
Where'd he go?
Oh, did he go somewhere?
Yes.
Was it big? because that's kind of the same mindset.
Oh man, I want to say it's an ACC school.
Really, I mean that's a jump up for him from UNLV. Because I was gonna say, I think North Carolina was another option that people were talking about with going with old Bill.
Sluka.
He went to James Madison.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so Sunbelt, another.
Where
Sunbelt.
the heck did I get ACC from? But yeah, Sunbelt.
I mean, they're a good Sunbelt school.
They are a good Sunbelt school. I don't know why I was thinking
But
ACC,
I mean, Bill's dealt with personalities his whole career. I mean, UNC wouldn't be a bad fit. I mean, if they're willing to pony up, they've ponied up enough money to get Bill Belichick there.
Well, I was gonna say like they've shown that they're wanting to invest a whole ton into their football program now.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
that
I
could
don't
be
see
another
why
landing
not.
spot.
Yeah,
For sure. But
that'd be interesting.
yeah, so I think he's gonna have suitors just because of the name recognition, and is he gonna get what he wants or even what he was making at Tennessee? Maybe not. Like maybe he the hand that he was holding was not as good as he thought.
I see this. I think he'll go to a school that's looking for a shot in the arm. I don't think you're going to see a school that thinks that they're
A quarterback away.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think they're going for him. I really don't. I think they're going to bank on the team aspect of this. I think you'll see a team that really is just looking for a jolt to the fan base or reason to raise money.
Yeah.
Would be like, hey, let's try to bring in Nico and get everybody excited about the football team.
Colorado.
They already got Julian Lewis again for freshman.
Colorado.
Hey,
A year.
Deion would love it.
1 year.
Yeah.
Dion would think he could fix him.
Hey,
He holds all the cards. They have no cards. You know.
Dude, Colorado can't afford to bring in Nico. They got to find a way to pay Dion.
That's true.
They don't have any money left
Yeah.
to bring in guys.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just a weird situation. Again, I think this is all going to be a moot point next year with the rev share. Like this is just kind of still the part of the Wild West that is college football and college athletics right now.
Like you said, all the kids are just lucky they are where they are right now.
Yeah.
To be able to have this opportunity.
Because, dude, like think about what would Reggie Bush have made on the open market like back then. You know what I mean? Something
Johnny, you want to imagine what
Johnny
paying a Johnny
dude.
more than he'd been making more than Kevin Sumlin.
That just sucks. Like you're just having to be born at this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's yeah. But
yeah,
I think if this rev share thing actually goes through and works, I think it'll be good.
it'll be they'll still get paid, but it'll be a little more regulated. Hopefully, it's still in a fair way.
I mean, it goes back to the whole thing, and there are some schools that are already doing it. I know LSU has one. Like it's pretty much like a general manager because they're going to be the ones having to negotiate all this because you're going to have pretty much a cap. You have $20 million you have to distribute. Like that's the limit.
Yeah.
You have to figure out it's like a salary cap, and you have to distribute to your quarterback's asking for $5 million. Well, there goes 20%.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody that's
25%, you know,
understands how to manage the money and
Yeah.
give the contracts and all that.
Which I agree with that, but I'm seeing colleges not go that direction. Like Stanford hires Andrew Luck as a GM, and a lot of colleges are like bringing back former stars or former players, people that are tied to the university, to be like their spokesperson, more or less, to get kids to want to come play there. Like, hey, this guy's back, he's around, he's involved.
Yeah.
Which is not at all what a GM is at the pro level. You know, you're bringing in guys that are used to dealing with X's and O's, not dollar signs and how contracts and stuff work. So I think that part's going to be interesting because Stanford's done it. They're not the only one. He's just the highest profile name that a school's brought back. But a lot of them are going back to the well and not really going just a pure GM. So I think that's kind of, I mean, if you want to hire somebody to be a mascot, then do that. But giving him the GM title, I think, is interesting.
Yeah. And
Hey, if there's a guy to bring in though, it's Andrew Luck. That dude's smart as hell.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was gonna say
he's very, and you know,
Now, like Texas had like Vince Young as their GM, then I might have.
I was just gonna say LSU hires Jamarcus Russell. Yikes, that's not good. But and that's not to say these kids like who are big names have like huge name recognition aren't going to get paid well with NIL deals because that's still going to happen. It's just going to be regulated a bit more, and they're going to have to go through an audit where they'll look and see what the fair market value is. So you're not doing a used car dealership commercial and getting paid $1 million for it.
Yeah.
Because like there's nothing stopping that.
Yeah, which is just crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you let it happen like that, though.
Hopefully there's some structure. Because this is not sustainable.
Eventually, it's got to. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, it's not sustainable. Like it'll just keep getting worse. So.
And I know there's people that are still like, oh, they get a free education. Like it's like $60,000. You think they're worth like the kids were $60,000? Like they're
worth $60,000. Look at how much they're making the university.
just alone, like Alabama, whenever they went through their whole like dynasty, like their admission like rates skyrocketed because people wanted to go to school there just because they were good. Like football matters.
So that alone, is making you money. Just people want to go there because they want to be part of that.
Yes, it's crazy. But I mean, it's a business. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Except the NCAA is incompetent about letting it be run like a business.
Very true.
It's all about the dollar.
Oh yeah, I could end the pod, or I could continue on the rest of the podcast ranting about the NCAA. I won't bore everybody with that.
You talk about your Aggies instead?
Yeah, man. They a sweep. I'll take it. South Carolina's not a good baseball team, but you gotta build wins where you can get them.
Crazy finish.
Crazy game 3, and we had a walk off in game 1 as well. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 8-7 I believe in game 1 in the 10th. Then we spanked them 17-0 in game 2, and then we were down 12-2 in game 3, and we was
it in the 9th?
Not 12-2 in the 9th.
It was in the 8th. Or
yeah, so the 9th we were
12-5.
12-6 I believe, 12-6, and
2 grand slams.
2 grand slams. First one with no outs, and then Caden Kent hits a grand slam with 2 outs.
Crazy.
And he hit it, and the pitcher immediately pointed foul like he thought it was going to be a foul. And
not even close.
Nope. And it was a bomb.
Yeah.
No doubt bomb. Don't love to have to win games like that, but again, I'm not in a position to be picky right now. We just got to start stacking some W's.
Dude, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're playing Arkansas or you're playing Missouri. Every game in the SEC counts exactly the same.
Yep.
You get to a number, you get to 12, 13 wins in the SEC, you're making a regional.
Yeah. I mean,
are you hosting? Probably you're not hosting.
You just got to get in.
Got to get in.
And the bats are doing better. After getting no hit in 7 against Tennessee,
it jump started.
We've put up double digits in 3 of the other 4 games or 5 games, and I think we've scored at least 7. I think game 2 against Tennessee might have been 7-3. Can't remember, but we scored at least 7 then.
The pitching's still a concern with
absolutely
what you gave.
Giving up 12 runs to South Carolina is not sustainable.
No.
And the bats are hot. You can't expect your team to score over 7 runs every game. That's just not going to happen. And essentially, if Lampkin's not pitching, it's just a crapshoot. We hope the bats are working, but
for sure.
Yeah, I mean we've won 5 out of 6. Yeah, and it's a nice little run after the start. Brutal 1-8 start to the SEC play. So
just got to keep going.
Yeah, 5. So we're 6-9 now, 5-9. 5-9 now, so 6-9.
6-9.
6-9. Yeah, to be 15. 6-9. So
halfway through last week.
Yeah, opposite LSU. LSU got swept by Auburn at Auburn this weekend.
What happened there?
So LSU's bullpen has been the issue all year.
Yeah.
The one weekend that the bullpen is lights out and the pitching's lights out, the bats just go cold. It was just one of those weekends, and every game. So on Friday night, beautiful day in Auburn, and then I guess it was like the 4th inning, LSU's pitching, and it just starts pouring down raining. Third baseman boots a ball, like errors started happening, and they put up a 4 spot, and then the bats just went cold. They lost 4-2. And then the next day, I think the game was like 2-1, and then today was 4-2. I think LSU put up a total of 8 runs this weekend. Their approach was bad. They were popping up everything. and Auburn and that ballpark too. Their left field wall is like 315. It's like a green monster. It's super short, high, and they were just banging balls off the wall like Auburn was. They were hitting doubles.
Yeah.
Like they're left-handed hitters. They were letting the ball travel, pushing it the other way off the wall. And I guess LSU's mindset was to do the same. They were just hitting it to dead center and to right, and they were outs.
Yeah.
Like in any other park, a lot of those balls that they were hitting off the wall are outs. Like it just is what it is. But I mean, it's a little concerning with the lineup. The lineup's been great all year. Everybody hitting over 300. Just struggled this weekend. It was just one of those weekends, I guess. But it was good that the bullpen. I mean, if the bullpen has life like that, the offense will come around.
They just got to put it all together.
Yeah, and typically what happens is, I mean, in most lineups in baseball, if you have a good lineup, like you have one or two players that have a rough series, and then the other ones pick them up. This was one of those weekends that everybody was just bad. Like it was one of those weekends.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean it's baseball, but
Sure.
yeah, it's a frustrating loss for sure. And I don't know, man. Jay Johnson too. Like Jake Brown is a right fielder. He's like 5-tool athlete, unbelievable hitter, great defensive right fielder. He hasn't been starting him. Starts as senior, and I think the way Jay Johnson built the roster, like. He has to make sure like a lot of the players are happy because all of them are like highly touted recruits. I think it's part of it too.
Okay.
So they have to keep rotating, all that kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, it's halfway. LSU's at 10 wins. They're on pace for 20. Get to 20 year a national seed. So
Yeah, you're still in good
they
shape.
have some tough series coming up, but they're at home, which is nice.
Yeah.
That was also back-to-back road series for LSU, which is they played the last 7 games on the road, so they haven't been home in a while. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's tough for sure.
Yeah, with 18 to 20-year-olds, it's not easy, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, got Tennessee, got Arkansas coming up.
Yeah, Arkansas, they lost 2 or 3 to Georgia this
They
weekend.
did.
So.
They did again on the road. It's not easy to win on the road, man.
Yeah.
It really it is a thing. Like it's tough to win in the SEC, and it's even tougher on the road.
For sure.
Yeah, we got
So
we had a pretty rough stretch coming up. So we'll see if this sticks. We go to Arkansas, to Texas, and then LSU comes to town.
yeah, but you're playing your best ball right now. Like, that's a good time whenever this stretch is coming up. I saw Texas took 2 out of 3 at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was again road series win. That's always hard to do.
Texas new number 1.
I think
I would think so.
Arkansas falling too.
I would think so. Yeah, I would. That's where I put
It'd
them.
be hard to put them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, with Arkansas losing 2 out of 3, LSU getting swept. I mean,
Who else was there? Because who was at 4? It was a non-SEC team.
Clemson,
Yeah, I don't know what they did,
they
but
lost today.
Mm.
Try to find it. Yeah, they played Stanford.
I mean, if Texas takes 2 out of 3, they should jump to 1.
yeah. I mean, I would think Texas is probably the number 1 team.
Yeah, I mean,
They just got to play Texas State in the midweek, and then they'll drop out.
Yeah, they took.
Those are all the way out.
Yeah. That's what Texas State's good at, man. They're
God.
good at the midweek games. They lost 2 out
Two
of 3. They won today at least.
Yeah, they salvaged it.
Lost 5 to 2, then they got run ruled, and then they won today. So I don't know, man. Sunbelt's tough too.
Who ended up winning the today? Ole Miss Tennessee. That was
Tennessee won 10 to 8.
Was
so
it?
They took 2 out of 3
Yeah.
at Ole Miss.
So.
That was a tough series, though.
It was tied 7-7 in like the 8th inning too.
Yeah.
Like, it was a close game.
Yeah, it was real back and forth. So
And then I think Mississippi State went on the road and they had a series win against I forgot who.
Alabama.
It was Alabama. And then OU demolished freaking Vanderbilt this weekend too. Like they won game 2 14-0.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's just SEC is just
Brutal.
It's tough.
It's brutal,
just
man.
tough. Even teams that supposed to be middle of the pack, man. Like especially if you go on the road,
Yeah.
it is not fun.
Yeah, they put up 14 runs against freaking Vanderbilt, and the weekend before, they don't score an earned run against LSU all weekend. Like that's like how it is. Like it's crazy. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And that's why with Texas A&M, like obviously they have the talent, but like I mean it's the SEC. Like it's tough.
But
Like next week, Texas being the number 1, they could get swept. I don't know who they have, but like if they go on the road, like that could happen.
Yeah. And
You just never know.
like I said it would have been the most A&M thing ever to go to Knoxville and take all
They host
3,
Auburn.
and they
Yeah.
took 2 out of 3, and like that, shouldn't have happened, but they did it.
Yeah.
So
Texas will beat Auburn for sure if it's at Texas. The way they hit the ball, like they're not an amazing hitting team. They just play their dimensions of their ballpark very well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I want Texas to sweep Auburn.
So they're flying high when Aggie comes
Yes.
to town.
Yeah. Go in there, rip all their hearts out, and ruin Jim Schlossnagle's career.
Yeah, well, I think it's gonna take more than that. I think it's gonna take more than that.
Yeah.
You might briefly hurt his feelings.
Yes.
It'll make mine feel a whole lot better.
But no, man. So yeah, it's fun times with baseball. But yeah, dude. And then the NBA wrapped up today.
Oh, today's last day.
Yeah,
Today's
just
last
the
day.
playoffs.
Yeah, terrible scheduling on the NBA.
Into the Masters.
Yeah, not that there was a lot, and there usually isn't.
I'll say I really don't think there was much seating wise to play for today. It was like a couple of games.
Yeah, it was Clippers Warriors to figure out who was going to be the five
or
or seven.
Yeah.
But yeah, still really kind of terrible there. No one's watching the NBA today. If you're a fan of sports, you're probably watching the Masters, unless you were just a diehard NBAer, but don't think those exist anymore.
No.
But yeah, it did wrap up. So we got playing games next week.
Rockets got the 2 seed.
So they're waiting to see who they play. The Rockets.
Rockets will play either the Grizzlies or the Warriors.
Mm.
Because
We'd rather see the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
for sure.
the Grizzlies and Warriors will play each other. The winner is the 7. Then the loser plays the winner of the 9-10 matchup.
Mm.
That's
So-
such a weird
The play-in is so stupid.
like last year.
I hate it.
Like I had no idea how it worked. So last year I had to
I-
actually look it up because I was like, how does that even work?
How many games is the play? Just one?
One game. This is
Well, it's 3 games total.
No.
So like
Yeah.
7-8 play, 9-10 play.
Okay. And then
So the winner of the 7-8 gets the 7 seed, and then the loser plays the winner of the 9-10, and then that gets the 8.
the winner. It's as dumb as the 1-game wild card used to be in baseball, which is like that rewards nobody, especially in baseball. It didn't because
after the course of 162, yeah, it's down to one
game.
One game. Yeah.
and we know how volatile baseball can be.
Yeah.
So it's not as volatile because the better team should win in basketball. But again, you're playing a one-off game than to go into a 7-game series.
Yeah.
After an 82-game season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so dumb. Go back to the 8-team system. There was nothing wrong with it. You're trying to generate playoff interest, and nobody cared. Like once teams were set, like the Rockets clinched the 2 seed. A starter didn't play. They rested them for 2 games, and they all played like 20 minutes today, so they didn't get out of sync.
Yeah.
Like they've
cruised the last 3
they
games.
punted on all 3 games.
You know.
And I mean, as a fan, it stinks because I wanted them to not have 30 loss. That'd be cool to being a 20 loss. 52 wins, great, good turnaround again, or good increase, not a turnaround. We were a 40-win team last year, but
Yeah.
it's like they were meaningless games. We should have just forfeit them and be done with it. We were pulling up guys on 2-way contracts that haven't sniffed the court all year just to fill out 8 guys to play a game.
Yeah.
The Lakers started Bronny today, for gosh sakes.
Nice.
Yeah, like I looked at the Lakers roster, the 8 guys that played. I don't think I knew 4 of them. Like never heard of them.
Mm.
Like you just pull them at random. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a good day of basketball, but we now know where we go. Kind of. We know the top 6 seeds. We know who's hosting. I think in the East that's been locked up for feels like weeks, but
Yeah, the East has been locked up forever. Dude, so the Magic won their division. And
they're the play-in, right?
they won their division and they're the 7 seed.
What's the matchups? What's going to be the most intriguing?
So I think right now, I think the Knicks and Pistons will be an interesting series.
That's not playing.
Is that the 4-5?
That's the 3-6.
3-6.
And then the Lakers, Timberwolves, and the Nuggets, Clippers. Well, I think the Nuggets will handle the Clippers, but I think the Lakers and Timberwolves, I think that might actually be a pretty good series. But then, like the play-in, like it's like the Kings and the Mavericks, which I mean,
The Mavericks made a play-in?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, dude, the West is horrible.
Yeah.
Like Portland's terrible, San Antonio's terrible, New Orleans, the Jazz. I mean, even Phoenix this year, they're terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was just getting in. So
The 8 seed games next Friday, so we could do a better in-depth analysis of the matchups next podcast. But
yeah.
I was just seeing off the cuff which one seems to be the most intriguing.
Yeah, I would say the 3-6 on both sides would definitely be, and then like the Rockets Warriors, that's gonna be a scary series as a Rockets fan. Like I wouldn't
With the
enjoy
history.
that.
I would.
Well, the history, and then dude, like
I know.
the NBA still loves Steph Curry so much, dude. Like it's just they wanted to make one final push for a championship. Like
And
he's gonna get the calls. He's gonna get whatever he wants. Like
they have been much better since that Jimmy. I did not think the trade was going to work. I was very wrong.
Who'd they get? Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler. They went on there was a 19-game stretch where they went like 17-2 or.
Dude, there was a stretch of games where like they had not lost when he and Steph both played. They were 17-2 in the 19 games where both of them played.
Yeah, and I think that down the stretch they played 500 ball maybe over the last 10 games, but still, they definitely have the ability. And if Steph shoots like Steph can shoot,
it's a problem for anybody.
It's unguardable.
But I mean, like Amin Thompson, like dude, he's playing great. Like the last time they played the Warriors, like I was talking to our buddy Aaron yesterday, and he said like Amin's been playing defensively, like he's been lights out. Like held Curry to 2 points in their last matchup.
He's going to be a perennial defensive player of the year candidate, I think, moving forward. I think he's got that type of ability, which is not in recent times. There hasn't been he's a forward, but he's a smaller forward.
Yeah.
That hasn't been the case. It's mostly been like your centers or power forwards that have been kind of, controlling that award for the better part of, depending what you want to count Draymond as. He's a forward center, but he's kind of smaller. But
I'm over that guy.
Yeah, he's about to win Defensive Player of the Year probably. So he's the
Amen.
favorite. No, Draymond.
No, I'm over Amen.
Oh.
I needed him to get 8 points on Prize Picks.
Couldn't do it.
No.
When did you do that?
It's been a minute.
Oh, okay.
He's on my canceled list.
Was it Amen or was it a cert?
It was Amen. He went for like 20 for like 3 straight games, and then it was like over 8.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a lock?
Yeah.
It never is.
No.
It's never a lock.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm over that guy.
That's okay, because I'm not. I need him to be every bit as good as he can be. And what would be that would be a tough matchup. But if we get the Grizzlies, we might get to see some grenades get thrown
heck yeah, dude.
in that series.
Can't do guns, so.
God.
Yeah.
Are they gonna find him for that?
He is. He's begging him to.
He's just testing.
He is. He's seeing how far he can go.
Did he do a bazooka? I saw one where he did a bazooka.
Well,
where he's like this.
They were doing the gun things, and then they warned him and got fined.
Yeah.
The immediate next day, he throws the grenade, and then now he's thrown the grenade and like ducked and covered his ears, and he's like, and he came out and was like, "That's gonna be my celebration until it's a problem."
I mean,
and he's basically saying like, "What is the problem?" I guess like turning into the NFL.
Is he like Antonio Brown, where it's just like
he might have some CT.
He's kind of, man.
There's got to be some CT in there.
But God, dude, like I don't know.
Like just make a shot and just go back and play D.
It was just so weird, like the evolution of that guy, though, because he was like becoming the face of the NBA, and then all of a sudden, like all this stuff, like he just like loses his mind, and like.
I think that's the problem. I think the NBA is trying to find a way to reel him back in because they're looking who's going to be that next new face. And it was kind of Ja and Ant.
Yeah.
And with both of the off-the-court issues both of them have had.
Like, what now?
It's like the NBA is like they are superstar caliber, but, say what you want to say about LeBron. He's never had off-the-court issues ever in his career.
Never.
Whatever you think about the guy, you cannot say away from the game he's ever been involved with anything.
No.
So when you've had that for so long, and then you go to a guy that's had gun charges and another one that, personal relationship deals he's got going on with Ant. So, yeah, I think the NBA is kind of struggling or scrambling.
They're like, come on, Shea, don't let us down.
Yeah.
And one of their other star players is just worried about his horses in his own country. Like
Yeah.
every interview, he's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good game.
I just played the basketball.
Yeah.
Nobody likes their job. That was the funniest line he ever said. He's like, I mean, nobody really likes their job.
Yeah. Like, it's tough to market that.
It is. And like you got Josh.
All right, son.
It is. Because like Joker, stat wise and what he does, yes, but
Unbelievable, yeah.
he's not a highlight reel. Like
Yeah.
Jaws jumping from the free throw line trying to dunk over a 7-footer. Ant's doing the same thing, busting threes. Like Jokic just casually averaged a triple double, but it's not like this is awesome basketball.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's awesome. Third player ever to average a triple double in a season.
Really?
He clinched it the second to last game.
I mean, I guess Russ was a Russ
is one. I'm assuming Oscar.
Jason Kidd probably.
I would think it'd be Oscar, because Oscar Robinson had the most triple doubles before Russ.
I bet Oscar Robinson
So
was, yeah.
Did Chris Paul not ever do it?
Nah.
No.
Chris Paul would never get enough rebounds.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But yeah,
I saw he had a stretch. He set the record this year too. He had 20 triple doubles in 3 quarters.
Who?
Jokic.
So
and he's not going.
I was actually just talking to our buddy about that yesterday. We were talking about like the media, like how it sways the
media
votes, like because we talked about Josh Allen winning over Lamar Jackson, and then like this, like where Shea's gonna win it over Nikola Jokic just because
he's the best player on the best team, and he led the league in scoring. And again, I'm not saying
he's also a free throw merchant, but
I am not trying to diminish. I've probably said this too many times already. I'm not diminishing what Shea is doing, but just because Jokic has won it 3 times, does not mean he should be punished for what he's doing.
Yes.
And Shea's got a great cast at OKC.
Yeah.
And yes, he scored 32.6 points a game or whatever. But Jokic is 3rd in points, 2nd in rebound, and 2nd in assists. And I'm pretty sure he's top 10 in field goal percentage too. And that's a center who shoots a decent amount of threes.
And he averages like 2.5 steals a game or something. Like
it's unbelievable. Like even whenever Russ had that year where he averaged triple-double, he was not that high in all those categories. Definitely not in the field goal percentage. He's probably shot 33% from the field that year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. He's not going to win it. Shea's going to win it. He deserves to be an MVP. He does not deserve to be MVP this year. But I don't have a media vote, and the media is going to vote for Shea.
Yeah.
I will continue to complain about it until it actually happens, and I'll get over it. But
the Thunder are impressive, though, man. 2 games away from winning 70 this year. They look like the real deal.
They have, according to the ESPN forecast they put out, I think they have over a 50% chance based off the models to make the finals. And like a 40% chance to win it or something high, but it's over 50% to make it.
There was something I saw, maybe the number was wrong, but it was like, I don't remember, it was like some astronomical percent chance that it was going to be the Cavs and Thunder. I don't remember, there was like a 90% chance of like it being the Cavs and Thunder like in the finals or something. Like,
well, it sounds like the Thunder can be beat, but they're not going to be beat over a 7-game series. And like they'll drop a game.
They're going to be like Duke.
Yeah, they'll drop a game or 2, but once you play 7, like it's going to be hard. Like if you
just got so many weapons
on their like just looking at the record, like they lost 13, 14 games, like,
and now they're going to somehow lose 4
in
a span of 7. I know the playoffs take forever in NBA, and it's a money grab and everything else. I understand that too, but at least for the majority of the time, you are going to get the best team.
Yeah.
And the one that earned it is going to get through, even though it might take 2.5 months to get to a finals. But yeah, they definitely give you every opportunity, be in every single round is 7 games. They could probably cut the first round up to 5 and get away with it, but yeah, it's 7. The best team's gonna win. I would argue the Celtics still. Not sure what's going on with Jaylen Brown's knee. I saw Missoula finally said something about it. Maybe some injections. So there's something going on. If that lingers, that's a little dangerous for the Celtics.
100%.
But I mean, they are the defending champs with essentially the same team back. So I mean, I'll still give them a little bit of the lead over in the East, but yeah, I don't see who in the West, is gonna take down the Thunder.
The Rockets.
The Rockets are getting the most disrespect.
Really?
The Rockets are what the Thunder were. They're the new team that kind of overachieved, that no one's gonna be scared of in the playoffs. And like 2 years ago, that happened to the Thunder. They were high up and they kind of got bounced early, inexperienced. They didn't have Thunder. Difference. Rockets at least have 2 veteran issues. I mean, Uncle Jeff Green's a seasoned veteran, but as far as the starting lineup, you got Van Vliet and you got Dylan Brooks. And by vets, Brooks is 29 and Van Vliet's 31. So, and they're vets, but they're not deep playoff vets that have been there. So, I mean, yeah, they're pretty green as far as playoff experience. So, they're not really getting a ton of respect. Like they're saying, the Rockets might eke out a first round win, especially if they match up with the Grizz. But most everybody expects them to get bounced second round.
Yeah.
So
I'd take the Lakers right now, second round.
Lakers are kind of hot too, man. Lucas.
I just feel like over the course of a series, though, which, I guess when I think series, I think it's kind of a grind, but like you said, it's so spaced out too. Like you get plenty of rest. Like,
Oh yeah, but it's not, you're not playing back to backs in there.
yeah,
Travel could be an issue, I guess, depending on where you're having to fly back and forth to. But these guys have done it all year long.
Yeah.
we'll see. I also just wanted, speaking of vets, I wanted to throw a quick shout out. I saw a stat today. Chris Paul, he's the oldest player ever to play in all 82 games of a season. So he's 40 years old, and he played in every single game this season. He's the oldest player ever to do it. So I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He started them all too, right?
Yeah. Started every single game. Because, in recent history, he's kind of had injury issues.
For sure.
So the fact that he was able to
Yeah,
stay
hammies.
healthy.
Hammies have been on him hard. Cost the Rockets a title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just injuries, yeah.
So
That's
I
impressive.
just thought that was kind of cool. He's just always been a kind of a staple just throughout the years.
Yeah. How's his shoulder doing? Can you give it to Derek Carr?
Oh yeah.
It's the Saints, man.
I told you, dude. Spencer Rattler, he's coming.
They are tanking before the season starts. They're
Yeah.
already saying, hey, the quarterback that we had to commit to is actually not going to
Man.
play at all.
And dude, it's just baffling some of the decisions the front office is making, and because they just deferred, like they just kicked his contract down the can for another year. Like I wonder if they knew about the shoulder injury before that. They are absolutely just dumb. There's no way they knew about this before, right? Like because next year he has like a 52. Even if they cut him, they have a $52 million cap hit next year if he plays or not. And
That's not like a post cut date,
no,
like 52 mil.
no matter what, $52 million is going to be on the books next year.
God.
But it would be a better situation than it would have been cutting him this year,
Yes,
because it would be one less year of dead cap.
yes. So yeah,
So just put him on the IR.
I guess. But no, what that I think means for the Saints, like, I mean, there's some super super strong rumors of them drafting Shadur.
If he falls.
I mean,
I actually saw a
I think
mock
he's
draft that
gone.
had him going to New Orleans.
No
Yeah.
Packers.
yeah, I think a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saints. The one thing I will say, I think the Saints did know about it because they've been like super hard, like going through the whole process of all the quarterbacks, like Kyle McCord, Ewers, Dart,
I look at all of them.
Shadur. It's just such a bad quarterback class. Like, if I'm the Saints, But the problem is you don't know where you're going to be next year drafting. You know,
You're
what I mean?
not going to be high.
I mean, you don't think.
But the
But, like,
quarterback class on paper is going to be substantially better. And
is it substantially better though? Like how much? Like I think Shadur, honestly, I would take Shadur over freaking Cam. I think Shadur's going to be a better quarterback than Cam Ward is.
I think you just answered your own question.
No,
Like how it's so bad that
I think Ewers third round. I would rather them go for Ewers in third round. He's been there, played a lot of games, a veteran, and you go stack up everything else you need because the Saints have needs literally everywhere. Go build everything else and wait till next year.
Shadur Sanders at 9, Cam Ward at 9. You know, anybody besides Peyton Manning.
Cam Ward's going 1.
Yeah, I'm saying like anybody besides Peyton Manning or Tom Brady when they were young is not going to fix this franchise this year.
No,
And there's so much other talent that they need.
absolutely.
And with the quarterback class that's next year, even if you don't tank completely somehow and don't have a top 3 pick, you're definitely picking the top 10 again next year.
Yeah.
And I would think you're going to have more quarterbacks available.
But will you? Because rumors are Arch is staying. Like his family's pretty much come out and said he's staying all 4 years. So that takes him out of the equation.
Yeah.
You have Nussmeier, you have Drew Aller, and then Klubnik. So you have 3.
And there's going to be somebody that shows up. Cam Ward wasn't even.
That's true.
He wasn't even a 5th round pick coming into the season.
That's true.
And he's going to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Shadur was up there. God.
Yeah, Carson Beck.
Carson Beck was the number 1 overall pick going into the season.
Nico.
Could. It'll be his 3rd year in college. It could, but, I mean, there's already stuff.
Yeah.
I'm reading that some teams are valuing Jackson Dart over Shadur.
They were talking about Jackson Dart taking him at 9. I'm like, dude, if you take Jackson Dart at 9,
and
that franchise is...
That is my point about how far teams will reach and how bad this quarterback class is.
But a 2nd or 3rd round pick, like if you like, that's a guy I think he could be serviceable, like Ewers, and maybe even have super high upside. Dude, use a 3rd round.
They took a flyer on Rattler.
Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, you can find some diamonds rough in the 5th round, but like, did you really lose anything by taking a flyer?
But the 3rd round too. I mean, you have like Russell Wilson. Like, there's been some like. You can find something in the 3rd round, man.
I think it would be ridiculous for the Saints to take quarterback this year at 9.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it would be right up this front office's alley for the Saints to take a quarterback at number 9.
Agreed. And I think it's going to happen.
Shadur's going to be sitting right there.
If Shadur falls, I see it happening. If they take Jackson Dart at 9, Lucas, I would disavow that franchise.
I mean, I know a lot of people that already are.
That would be... Yeah. For 3 quarterbacks to go top 10 in this year's draft would be that's unfathomable. That is,
it's not unfathomable. It would be crazy to see, but with how the NFL reaches, it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm kind of getting the vibes of the year. What year was it? Kenny Pickett, Will Levis, and Malik Willis. We're like, there's a chance all 3 of them could go in the 1st round, and only Kenny Pickett did.
Yeah.
Granted, every team was exactly right.
Yeah.
Because none of them were good.
Yeah.
That won't happen. We already know Cam Ward's going number 1, but I could see because even that year it was like, what's going on? Everybody's falling. No one's taking them. I could see that happening with Shadur, which could put the Saints in an interesting situation. But if he falls to like if he starts falling, teams are on the phone looking at trades to try to jump up.
Who?
If someone needs a quarterback, like that'll.
For example, okay, let's say Cam Ward goes 1 because the draft's in a few weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's 2 Thursdays from now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll have to do that preview next week, I guess.
Yeah.
Cam Ward's gonna be the first quarterback taken.
Absolutely.
At 1. The Giants aren't taking a quarterback now.
No.
You don't think. I mean,
they got their guy.
The Falcons did.
They did not. The Giants did not get their future. But again, they have serviceable replacements to get much better talent to get to what is perceived to be a heavier quarterback class next year. The problem with the Giants is compared to the Saints,
they're not going to have as high of a pit.
yes, they might actually win six games.
Yeah.
The Saints will not win 6 games.
No.
Not a chance.
No.
Not a chance.
I think the Saints and the Browns have the two lowest win totals for next year.
The Browns, man.
Yeah, looking at this list again,
dude,
he could
easily
fall the Saints.
Easily.
And
if the Saints don't take him, then where does he fall?
Only the Cowboys can trade with Carolina to get to 8. No,
please let it not be 12, dude.
Seriously, actually,
he would fall to 12. If the Saints don't take him, he's falling to 12.
He's falling hard.
He might fall to the second round.
He really could.
He could fall to Pittsburgh at 21.
Yeah,
I just don't know if that's Mike Tomlin would want to get into
deal with that. Yeah,
the backups Aaron Rodgers and all the baggage that comes with that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking at this list of how everybody's geared up, there's not a team. LA at 26 as a Matthew Stafford backup, but again, I don't. Yeah, you don't. You feel like every year there's 5 teams that need a quarterback, and all of a sudden there's not that many teams that need one. And that just because some free agents, like we talked about, there was a lot of serviceable guys this year.
There's still a few out there, and that was another round.
Pittsburgh doesn't have a quarterback. Yeah. They have Mason Rudolph.
They currently do.
Yeah. They don't. I mean, they're literally waiting on Aaron Rodgers to decide because he's either playing for the Steelers or he's retiring. And if he doesn't go to the Steelers, all of a sudden the Steelers at 21 are in desperate need of a quarterback.
Take a quarterback,
and that could be a team that. If the Saints get serious, could the Steelers jump up to?
But Teddy Bridgewater's still available. That would be a serviceable quarterback. He's been in New Orleans before.
Joe Flacco's unfortunately off the board. He just signed back with the Browns.
Oh, nice.
Teddy Bridgewater was just coaching high school football last year.
Signed with the Lions just for the playoff run.
Yeah, but I mean, but he's a veteran.
Yeah.
For the Saints, I would rather them go get Teddy Bridgewater this year. Stack draft picks in other places or stack picks in other places, and
they're not going to go get a free agent though. They'll just ride it out with Spencer Rattler and whoever their other backup is.
No, you can't ride with just 2 quarterbacks like that. And the backup dude to Rattler, God, I don't even know the guy's name.
Is it still Jake Hayner, the guy that started that that one-off game that was terrible?
Jake Hayner is the backup.
Saints
won't do that. Saints will roll at 3.
Rough start for Kellen Moore, but again, in the long term, look at this franchise. Punting 2025 is probably not the worst.
No.
You know what they also need is a receiver, and there's one that's potentially coming out soon. So Henry Ruggs is coming up for probation soon.
Oh yeah.
And is looking for an NFL return. So maybe the Saints can bring Henry Ruggs in and.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He will speed right over there.
I wonder if he's
gonna go back to Georgia.
Yeah.
Does he have any college eligibility left?
I wonder if he was running routes in the yard. But
that's freaking crazy, man. But
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Saints are just a dumpster fire, man.
Hey, you're not the only dumpster fire. There's a lot of
plenty of dumpster fire.
A lot of bad ones in the NFL right now.
Cowboys are stuck with Dak for another 4 years. I mean,
yeah. There was a rumor, wasn't there?
Dude, there was rumors that the Browns were going to trade for him.
They're not making that mistake twice.
I don't know if anybody would do it to be the Browns, dude.
That's true.
There was rumors of the Browns. There was rumors of the Steelers trading for Dak. I don't see Jerry trading Dak away though.
Yeah.
It's kind of I don't know what we talk about here on the podcast, but I know I've talked to people about it. He's got his jersey sales. He's got Dak. He's got CD. They're gonna re-sign Parsons. You got your jersey sales. The rest of it is just.
And you could go 8-8 or not 9-8, whatever now for eternity, and you're still the Cowboys.
And everybody will still be a fan.
Yeah.
You included.
Me included, unfortunately. It's like a bad dream, dude. It's just
$12
$12 billion franchise.
That's right. We're worth a lot of money at least. So.
Yeah. No matter what, if he ever decided to sell, they would be just fine.
It's just crazy, man. On a high note, Patrick Peterson's retiring as a Cardinal, so thought that was cool.
Patrick Peterson's retiring.
He's retiring.
LSU guy, right?
DBU, man. Yeah.
He signed a 1 year or 1 day contract with the Cardinals, so he could retire as a Cardinal.
Man, he was really good.
He didn't play last year, right?
I think he was hurt.
His last year was with the Steelers 2 years ago, I want to say.
I think he played last year, but I think he was injured a lot of it.
Okay.
So.
Because I know he was Cardinal forever, probably 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Then a couple years with the Vikings, and then I know he had a year with the Steelers in there. But he was, when he came to the league, it was an unbelievable corner. Unbelievable corner.
I'm pretty sure his junior year, he was there when Tyrann Mathieu was locking up the other side as a freshman. That's about how long ago it was there.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they played together in Arizona. Did they play together at LSU too?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Did not realize that.
He was drafted in 2011, so.
When was Tyrann Mathieu drafted? I think 13.
I think he was 13, yeah. 12 or 13.
2013.
Yeah. So they played together.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the year Tyrann Mathieu was a freshman, and that was whenever they played Texas A&M in some crazy stupid bowl, and Tyrann Mathieu just went off. I'm serious. Like I think he had 2 picks and like a strip fumble for a touchdown against A&M as a freshman, and then everybody was like, "Oh, dude, that dude's legit." Yeah, it was against A&M.
In the bowl?
It was a random bowl game. Y'all were still in the Big 12.
So it's 2010.
Well, the 09 or it had to be 09 or 10.
Because our first year in the SEC was 11.
Yeah, it was either 09 or 10.
It'd be 10. Yeah, he'll probably beat us 62-4 or something.
2 safeties.
Yeah, 2 safeties.
Yeah.
That is the case of sports.
Yeah, but that is cool. When is Henry Ruggs? I'm curious. When is he?
Yeah,
Is he like? Is it like coming up?
Was
that coming up pretty soon?
Like where he can possibly play this season?
I don't know if he could play this season. Let me see. So
I didn't catch this.
Like is he gonna be in the field with like an ankle monitor?
So his it's not till next year. So he's up for parole August 5th, 2026.
Oh, okay.
With mandatory parole July 4th, 2027.
How old would he be?
And he can't be that old.
No.
Right?
He could still be. He wouldn't be.
Not 30.
28
He wouldn't
maybe.
even be 30 yet.
Yeah, because how old is he right now?
That dude's a monster. He's huge.
He's 26 right now.
So he'd be 28.
I bet he's just in there just freaking repping out 315 on bench press daily.
What a run Alabama went on.
Yeah,
That wide receiver room for 5 years in there was
pretty decent.
unbelievable.
Yeah. It's weird though, like, really good, but, I mean, obviously Julio, like, all of them, like, they've had some good, like, serviceable NFL, like, wide receivers, but, like,
But no,
nothing like stats just blowing people out of the water.
Literally just
like LSU, like, they had good receivers even before they were a passing offense.
But
Like,
the ones you have now are just blowing the NFL out of water.
but like, I mean, Odell, Jarvis Landry, like, LSU wasn't LSU's offense now. They were still running like freaking dumb freaking offenses with Les Miles. You know what I mean?
But y'all had those guys, but like now you got Chase, Jefferson, Neighbors, Thomas down in Jacksonville's going to, I think, be just as good.
Yeah.
Whereas we go back to those Alabama guys, Julio had a Hall of Fame career.
Oh God, yeah.
But Calvin Ridley's been
hit and miss.
Devontae Smith, he's playing second fiddle to AJ Brown, but he's been. I mean,
they're not putting up like record-breaking rookie numbers.
Jerry Judy's been decent, but nothing crazy. And of course, we know where Ruggs is at. But there's one more I'm thinking about. There's one more, but again, not down in Miami with Tua
Waddle.
That's
Jalen Waddle.
And like they're all good pros, but not to the same.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper.
I forgot about Amari. Julio was better than Amari.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams, he's been decent.
Yeah.
If he can stay out of trouble.
John Mechie, Didn't he get cancer like right when he got drafted?
Yeah. I was super high on that pick. Got him pretty late. I was very excited. I thought he was going to sneak up in there. We had a good run of receivers there. Then he got cancer and had to fight back from that. And I don't think he's ever hit that pre-form, and he just hasn't really developed into the NFL player. I was really high on that draft pick though when we got it. I thought he was gonna, but Tank Dell came out of nowhere, and then Nico kind of came out of nowhere, and then we had some other stuff. But now we went from having the deepest wide receiver room to one of the weakest. So.
Where did Stephon Diggs go?
New England, and they gave him a bag.
Oh, that's right. We talked about
bag for a 32-year-old receiver coming off, or 31 year old receiver coming off an ACL. But Drake May's got a guy now, and good for Stephon. He got his bag, but
they'll be better this year.
Yeah, better is a good way to put it. They won't be very good, but they'll be better.
Anybody picked up Hard Knocks yet?
Cowboys.
They have to shut down Hard Knocks? Oh, God, dude. That wouldn't surprise me.
Have they done one?
They did. The last time they did it was when T.O. came to Dallas.
What a year to do it.
Yeah, they picked him up that year. I think that was the last time that they did Hard Knocks.
So, 20 years ago?
It was like 2007.
Yeah, almost 20 years. Dang.
Wow.
He was a guy, though, like, I hated him because he played for the 49ers, and dude, he would taunt the Cowboys every time he played them, and he played for the Eagles, almost helped him win a Super Bowl. But then, like, dude, he was so good when he played for Dallas. Like, that dude was legit. Like, I mean, dude, he was trying to play at 50 years old. Like, he was, like, still in shape. Like, he tried so hard to get back in the league. And it's like, dude, nobody's going to sign a 48-year-old wide receiver. Like,
dude, make a case to the Saints front office. No.
Not only will they sign him, they'll probably give him $15 million guaranteed.
Yeah, dude.
They're still waiting for Michael Thomas to get over his toe injury so he can come back. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Oh, man. No, that's going to be a good draft. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Dude,
I guess that's something we could probably touch on a little bit further in the coming weeks.
Next week, yeah.
Because it'll be a week.
Yeah, I saw somebody, they had a mock draft, and they had Dallas taking a Michigan defensive lineman. Like, dude, if they take another defensive lineman out of Michigan, dude, I will lose my mind. Draft Taco Charlton over TJ Watt. They draft Mozzie Smith 2 years ago, who's statistically the worst defensive tackle, like, since he came into the league. Like, I couldn't handle another Michigan defensive tackle, dude. Like,
Analytics, dude.
Yeah. Jerry Lytics, that's what it is.
It's a scary word for any Cowboys fan.
No, man, but that's all I got.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it was a good week. A lot of stuff going on. NBA playoffs coming quick. Baseball's rolling. So through the first 2 weeks of baseball, or first 3 weeks now. So it's rolling good.
Goes by fast.
Really wish I had a green jacket to wear on the pod.
Yeah, maybe sunbathing.
Yeah. I mean, the only way I'm going to get it is I have enough money to be a member.
There you go.
Because I'm never winning that, obviously.
Start saving up.
I guess.
Candle sales.
Imagine. Put Yankee Candle out of business.
Master's Candle.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But now we appreciate everybody listening. To like, subscribe, share. Just watch the show. Tell your friends. Tell your family. And until next time, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Can you buy those